Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I just moved the steers and the bulls. These are yearlings. Some of them are actually probably around 7-8 months old. Well, it'd be, I think there's about 10 fall calves in here. The rest of them would all be 2023 springborn. Anyway, I wanted to show you the Clover. Lespedeza, Korean Lespedeza, Clover. I couldn't believe the clover that came up on the side of this hill. I didn't seed it. All I did was impact it this winter. So I strip grazed it, and this got no hay on it because it's too steep, as you can see. If you put a bale on here, a big round bale, you'd end up down there in that brush somewhere, probably upside down. It's just too steep, and there's no way to get a bale over here. So this has not ever had any hay fed on it, and I would venture to guess this has never had a lime truck on it. I wouldn't want to be the lime truck driver on this hill. Those trucks are heavy, and you put the lime in there. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I wouldn't. But I guess what I'm going with is, you know, there's a clover seed that's already turned brown. This is not the one that'll have the really good seed in it. It'll be the one in the fall. So here we are, July 1st. We just got through turning the bulls in over on the cow-calf herd. And these steers and yearling bulls are just getting fat. They're starting to slick off. Some of them aren't. This little guy here, I've already written down his mother, 3118. She's gone. I'm not gonna keep her. She can do that to you once, but don't let them do it to you twice. Folks, that's 3118. Now that is a fall calf, so he's considerably younger than that nice looking one right there, but you've got to be the predator. Take out the ones that don't work, keep the ones that do. But look at the clover in here. Where did all this clover come from? Where did the seed come from? All I can tell you is the seed was in the seed bank. This was never grazed with enough stocking density to stimulate it. That's right. It never had the stocking densities to stimulate it. And so this winter, I actually got 3 half-day moves off of here. It had good stockpile on it. We ran a wire from that woods all the way across over to this fence. The water's behind them. We did not back fence them. So we would have started down there in that valley and worked our way all the way up the top of this hill to the property line. But I keep telling people, I'm gonna repeat what Ian says in Africa, my grazing buddy. Everybody always asks Ian, what do you plant, Ian? What seeds do you recommend planting? And he goes, 4 feet. What do you mean, 4 feet? Plant 4 feet out there, right there. Let the animals do it. So when you trample the ground and you put the carbon down, all this organic matter, and you get that toe, you know, it's doing this all the time. When it goes down, it opens up. It goes down and opens up. The hoof, the cloven hoof. And so it's constantly massaging the soil surface. And if you get your grazing right, like we did here, and you do get fortunate, catch some spring rain, which we did here, this is what you can get. I mean, look at this. There's 2 kinds of Korean Lespedeza in here, folks. I'm sorry, there's two types of Lespedeza. There's a Kobe and then there's Summit. There's the round one. Okay. Oops, I dropped the other one. Here we go. And then you have more of a rectangular leaf. They're both good. They're both nitrogen fixers. Got some black-eyed Susans in here. It's just beautiful up here. Here's some Queen Anne's lace. saw a honey locust somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's some honey locust leaves over here they can chew on. What I've been doing is carrying, I always keep my loppers with me. So I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna let the bulls eat the leaves on them, and then I'm gonna cut them off and paint them. Because I know Doug, Joanna, they don't want these in their pastures. So I'm keeping an eye on these things. Look at these guys. There's some tender leaves there, for sure. But look what's coming behind. Those are hard on foliar tires. And so you have to respect what the landowners want. They don't want these. So you, as a grazer and land management service, you need to know what your landowners want and what they don't want. They don't want them. So that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm taking them out. But I'm not gonna cut them right now. I'm gonna cut those tomorrow. There's some pretty good leaves. There's some pretty good food right here. Let them eat that. And the thorns actually stop, make them stop eating when the thorn pokes their tongue or their lip. They'll trim them up. You can see what they're eating. They're just taking the tops of the clover plants. And then this guy here, he's like, oh, wait a minute. There's some tender grass down in there. Look at him. That one's nailing the big blue stem. That's a native warm season clump right there. He's nailing that. I can't wait to get back over onto Howard's farm. The one we bought in I guess it was in March. Jan and I bought that farm. It hooks onto this farm. And it's got, oh gosh. Some of those paddocks on the back of that farm are almost 60 to 70% big blue. And I went by and looked at it the other day. We grazed it about 25 days ago. Time we get back over there, it's gonna be about 45 days. And you know, we're in July now. It's gonna be 94 tomorrow. We've been hitting some 90s. I don't know what happened with the weather the last 2 days, but I'm loving it. You're not gonna believe this. This morning I woke up, it was 62 degrees. Yep, 62 degrees. Yesterday was 70, it hit 78 or 79 for a high, and same thing today. But tomorrow's 94. So I'll make sure they have some shade to get under tomorrow. They don't need shade today. Definitely don't need shade today. Some of these bulls are really starting to separate themselves. What I mean by that is in performance. I mean, this young bull down here, he's gonna be a dandy. He absolutely is. He's just a beautiful bull. Just slick as a butt, and he's got a really nice butt on him already. And he's just now a year old. That's what you're trying to raise right there. And not something like that. But that cow won't do that to me again. She's gonna go find another home. Why did she turn out a calf like that? I don't know. The cows are just like people. You know, we're not all the same. We're not all the same. And that's why I say you've got to be the predator in your herd. Get rid of the ones that work and keep the ones that do. Man, I'm telling you what, folks, this is some pretty darn good looking forage right here. Am I concerned about them bloating on this? Because this is about 80%, 70%. It's probably 70% red clover. But it has Korean Lespedeza, it has some grass in the bottom of it, and it's 10:30. All the dew is gone. The bulls are not hungry. I noticed that when I opened the gate down here. I had to actually drive them into this paddock. They were comfortable up there, so they weren't starving. I don't know if I'd want to turn starving animals into here. They might overeat. One thing else that's helping me, if you notice the blooms, there's a lot more dried ones than there are fresh ones. If you turn a herd of animals into clover like that, like in my finger, and they're all really fresh like that, a whole lot better chance that you're going to kill something with bloat. The fresher and more juvenile the plant on the clover, you just got to be careful. What is that? I'll be darned. It's a little mulberry. It's a little mulberry tree. I love watching animals eat. I like the sound they make. Their tongues, you know, they're just good at it. They take the tongue out of their mouth and they pull the plant into their mouth with their tongue. Look, I told you there'd be one on it. There he is. He's munching on that honey locust. He's like, this is pretty tasty stuff right here. Look at him. He's munching that down. It's got thorns all over it. But, you know, he's just taking the tips off. Look at him. You can see that tongue. Now he's going to go get him some clover. There's another one up there doing the same thing. That red one and the black one, they're attacking that honey locust tree. Sure are. That's why I don't clip them until after I move them. You might as well get the use of the leaves is the way I look at it. Now you're on camera, go ahead and eat some more clover. You see the tongue at lightning speed pulling the clover into its mouth. A lot of these are very young cattle. That's why they have, some of them haven't slicked off. This guy has not slicked off. And Ian talks about that. He says when they're young, they're putting most of their energy toward frame and growing, completing their growth cycle. And then the following years when they slick off, and they should be slicked off by the end of May. He's a nice animal. He's thick, got a good build to him. There's another one. But they're doing good. They got plenty of clover today, I would say. And ideally, would I want to have been on this because of the brown clover plants? Would I want to been here maybe 10 days ago? Yeah, I don't know. It's so thick, I think I would have had a sleepless night putting them in here. So it's working out. We still got a bunch to go over here. It's the same thickness as this is. Very hilly, lots and lots and lots of red clover. And some of this is gonna have some seed in it. Your best seed, again, your best seed comes in September. So there's a lot of seed right there. But it doesn't have as much what they call pure live seed. In other words, a lot of that doesn't have a good seed that'll come up once it's trampled. But you know what? It is organic matter. I'm going to take it, and the animals are going to bust it onto the ground with their hooves. Got a few tree swallows flying over the top of these animals. There they come. Those two there are actually barn swallows. Sure are. Those are barn swallows. There's a tree swallow. Man, they're just buzzing. Look at them. Man, they look like fighter jets. I don't know. It's just something about being at one with nature. You got the birds, you got the trees, you got the forage, you got the ruminants. This is what's been happening for thousands of years. And it's just nice to be part of this scenery. So that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. I've got some paddocks to put in, and then I'm gonna grab Isaac, and we're gonna go fishing the rest of the day. And that's because it's a beautiful day, it's not too hot, and we got some ponds that need fishing, and I've got a really strong taste for some good fresh fish fry, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna play. We're gonna have some fun. Folks, y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all down the road. If you're looking for some bulls, gonna be posting a bunch of those and a few females on our website, greenpasturesfarm.net. So keep an eye out for those. Have a good one.